when you're coming up with like these menus and this one in particular, like how long does it take, and how do you do this? Like, do you sit down and you're like, I'm going to do this today and I'm going to start brainstorming, or is it like a collection that you just write down for like months and months and then you put it all together?
It's a bit of everything. I
Yeah.
always say when people, and I guess ask me every day, how did you come up with something like that? And
Yeah.
I always say it took me 20 years just to be able to have the capabilities of thinking about it and putting it on the paper. But to be honest, at the book, it took me 2 months to do this book.
Mm-hmm.
I took the backbone of the menu that has already certain locations, certain memories, certain things, and I create a scenario. So usually we create the story, and with the story we create the dish. Or sometimes we create a dish and we try to put a story on the top, but it's more difficult.
Yeah.
So like we have this hot dog that we do about New York.
One of my favorite. Oh my gosh.
About New York City.
Yeah.
And I was at this moment on the journey of, because I wanted to, for Escal, the third chapter of Ossiano, I wanted to tell my story from being an apprentice to being in Dubai, many years, like a decade or more. So I took where I've been in all my life. So I started to make a pattern of that. And then I started to draw a story, which is a real story. But like Jamaica come at this time, and Florida come at this time, and New York come at this time, but New York doesn't come at this time. So I need to get inspired to make sure that the dish will be cold, to warm, to hot, to dessert, using this pattern. But sometimes it's not easy.
Yeah.
Because you frame yourself, and the concept of tales and travels through food, which is what I call Ossiano identity, give me space, and I need space to work.
Yeah.
If you tell me I open a French restaurant tomorrow, I'll do it, but I will not work in it. I'll put someone else to take care of it.
Yeah.
Simply because I don't want to frame myself to something that is too defined.
Yeah.
Art, and I believe what we do is art. It's a wider thing.
Yeah.
Right?
How do you see like your role, and how would you describe it, and how do you lead your team, or are you like the conductor? Are you the experience creator? Like what? Yeah. How would you define your role exactly?
A bit like
right
the
now?
mad scientist that try to prove the world is not right, but that he has a good point and try to educate people to the common sense thing. I don't know if it really makes sense what I said.
Yeah.
I'm a lot detached now. We can say detached, right?
Detached?
Detached, yeah. I'm a lot detached to forcing myself to be accepted as a leader. I try to be by essence because I believe in it, and I have a huge luck of having an amazing people, an amazing bunch of talented people around me. We have Aurélien, my number 2. We have 3 sous chefs, an amazing team. The front of the house it's very good. I think Ashley served you this night, and she's I saw her growing in 2 years here from a South African girl that had a lot of potential but didn't know what she wanted to be, and maybe having the chance to inspire her a little bit.
Yeah.
And through that, seeing her today being an amazing bulletproof element for me. When you are in my situation after 10 years in a restaurant like this one, what I'm seeking is to get people around me that love not myself. I don't have to be loved. I think I want them to love what we do.
Yeah.
And because if they love what we do for their own sake, for their own growth, for their own happiness, then they will be able to deliver amazing things. So in short, I don't try to be loved. I try to make sure they love what we do.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. How much time are you getting to actually be in the kitchen? So is it when you're creating, as you're coming up with something new, like you do all of that and then you train everyone and then you sort of out, or?
So I create every single dish in Ossiano. I create every single dish in every collaboration we do. But I try to process the first 50% of gathering products, making first recipes. Okay, let's take an example. We do a collaboration with a chef, and the chef is from South Africa, and I want to do a dish about tacos with pulled meat and jalapeno, whatever. I'm going to start to put that on my menu. Tacos, pulled meat, jalapeno.
Yeah.
And then I gather with my chef and they ask me, okay, what do you have in mind? So I say, okay, I want this. I want the chips on the top. It has to taste casual, but be very, very beautiful. Mexico will be, for instance, 3 different color on the flag. We're gonna drizzle. I just put out something like totally randomly, but this is the way I will do it, right?
Yeah.
And we need to make sure that it has the spiciness, the kick, and it's very fine and represent the kitchen of the chef coming to visit us, because this is the way we do. When we do collaboration, we don't do Ossiano food. We create a menu as per where the chef come from,
Yeah.
which help us to create a lot. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I put my team on that, and they start to make their own take on it,
Yeah.
which not always works. But what is interesting is that I really taught my chefs, and especially Aurélien, to be creative on his own. Of course, we have a framework that
Yeah.
that is Ossiano storytelling and everything, so we have to respect that. But within that, do whatever you want. After, we'll put it on the table, like it or not. But
Yeah.
what they do after, I modify it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll do, okay, a bit more of that, a bit less of that, or I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Right? And in this case, okay, this is what I had in mind. Because when I create a dish or when I
Yeah.
put a dish on the paper, I visualize it.
Okay.
I never go random. So,
Yeah.
and I visualize very fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Great.
Usually I'm like the last guy comes, and I want to teach to my team. And that's why when I left Ossiano in 2021 and I came back after a long break, I wanted my number 2 sous chef at this time to be chef de cuisine. Not to me to be executive chef or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't really care about that. It's more because my role as a leader, as a chef, is to make sure that my path, what I learned, has to be taken over by someone else that will have to give to someone else, right?
Yeah.
So there is no ego really into that.
Yeah.
I'm a free mind, a free soul.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of having people that potentially could be better than me around.
Yeah. I
I
think you must always have people that are better than you actually
Yeah,
around you, you know. So
eventually it will always happen.
yeah.
But you get better yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I want to ask a bit about Grégoire kind of outside of Ossiano. Well, I suppose it's all linked because you're using all your experiences, but where do you where's your dream destination? You know that you still want to go to perhaps to eat, like country or city, and why?
I think I'd like to go to South America more. While before wasn't at all my cup of tea. I'd like to go back to Japan, but because I'm a geek as well. Everybody is like praising Japanese food and everything. I'm not a huge fan of Asian food, except Chinese. I love Chinese food because it has some character. I love Japanese food.
Yeah.
I have, of course, every respect for the products and the techniques and the madness, but it's not what excites me most.
Yeah.
But I love to go back to Japan because it's a planet on its own. And I feel peace when I've been there several times. I really felt peace, safety of the heart, beauty.
Yeah.
Not every country I like that. You know, you go in Paris today,
Yeah.
you don't find much beauty anymore. It's a bit of a mess to me, even if I'm very proud of my country and and all around, right? But if you ask me where I would like to ready to go back, is maybe in Japan, South America, maybe in Asia. Going back to Bangkok, I was the first time like a month and a half ago. I was blown away by the kindness of people, the food.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, my wife, she always said that luxurious or wealth, it's peace,
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah.
And she's
Wow, that's so powerful.
she's so right.
Yeah.
I don't apply that to myself
Yeah.
because I'm constantly like all of us grinding constantly, but I truly believe that. I'd like to be in a place where I'm just happy to be at the moment, right? And
Yeah.
Japan was one of these places where I was like wandering in the street and just being happy, right? Because it's new, because
Yeah.
it's exciting. There's another beauty, right?
Yeah.
People are different.
I love the way you said safety of the heart. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it's like being in Japan.
Yeah.
There's a kindness and there's you've put that so beautifully. Yeah. Talking about your wife, so she's the one who like does all the cooking at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And amazing Moroccan
Listen,
food.
I didn't plan to get married.
Yeah.
Maybe like most of us. I believe in destiny, and I thought that it was just coming at the right time to me. It brought me a lot of discipline
Yeah.
because my wife, she's a tough one. She's not the one you mess around with.
Yeah.
She taught me a lot. She expects a lot from me, and she's right. She cooked very well. She's Moroccan. She have a very strong culture of cooking, and
Yeah.
in Morocco, women cooks more than men.
Yeah.
It's a soul food. She has an amazing mom. So at home, I cannot cook myself. I think many chefs doesn't.
Yeah.
Because we don't have time, and we only do that when we are at work. And most especially for me, cooking in the home kitchen. The knife doesn't cut. I need a commis. I need, I need to.
Yeah.
I need that. What is the parsley, right? My wife,
Get
she
the
would.
kids. Yeah. Tell them what to do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I like to do. I like to go outside with my
Yeah.
kids. I love to. I always say that, but I'm someone who pay for his happiness. I pay for my tranquility.
Yeah.
Right? I buy everything all the time to make sure
Yeah.
that certain things I don't want to do, I don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not someone very economic, right? I have no. My wife always tells me that. They say you have the money in the pocket, not in the heart.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not a greedy guy about money. I don't really care. It's
Yeah.
more about like if you have money, use it to have a piece of the heart.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the way I feel.
Do the kids cook with you ever?
Yeah.
Well,
So I taught my kids to cook.
Yeah.
And it's very, because usually when I'm off, I'd like to sleep a little bit at the
Yeah.
morning if I can. But it's difficult when you have two girls jumping on you
Yeah.
that you didn't see the whole week. So, of course, I know we just bought a cat. So
Oh
I
gosh.
can tell you that the morning is meow, meow, the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
When you pull out my hair, and everything. It's crazy. I mean, it's happiness. But
Yeah.
usually the morning is my eldest daughter, Jade. She's 8. She cook full breakfast
Wow.
for her.
Yeah.
She put the egg, she do omelette and everything. She do some crazy things sometimes. Some pasta with ketchup and everything. But they have a sense of cutting, cooking, roasting,
Yeah.
being safe, making sure that it's not hot,
Yeah.
mixing.
Fantastic.
It's essential.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want my kids to be capable.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Absolutely. One last question. Our podcast is called Nourish, so I want to know what nourishes your soul.
Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
What feeds my soul, it's capturing emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I think a world like we have, that is a beautiful world, must be appreciated. And there's plenty of things that are made out of beauty, right? So I'm not saying I'm a selfish person, but I like to do what I like to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It happens in the morning. I just go, I wander in the city, and I go in certain shop. I do my things. It's freedom,
Mm-hmm.
freedom, beauty and freedom.
Okay.
It's the most important thing. I'm not someone you can cage
Mm-hmm.
anymore. It's
Yeah.
it's not something for me.
Fantastic. Thank you. You're actually the second person in about 30 episodes to say freedom. So very special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the other one?
Our Christmas tree farmer. So
Yeah.
who supplies Spinneys with all the Christmas trees from
Christmas tree
Denmark.
farmer.
Yeah. There's a wonderful lady
You know,
called
that's the
Trina.
thing. Is this guy happy?
She is very happy.
Yeah.
And I remember being at her farm in Denmark, and she has absolutely no fences, so anyone can walk onto her farm and her property. And she said then, when I was there like 3 years ago, saying she values freedom so much. And then on the podcast, she said the same thing.